Alright, quick video on a troublesome truck. Kept on coming back because it would not do a proper regen, and a fault code was 3480 FMI1, which is like doser supply pressure abnormal or something like that. So that's the fuel filter module. This is a 3 filter module. 1, 2, 3. And right here is the fuel flange. I think that's for the high pressure pump. But if you look back here, that's where I took it off from. You see those lines that are disconnected. All right. Anyways, it goes right there, bolts onto right there. That's your 2-stage valve right behind it. Anyways, right here on this flange is a valve right there, screws in right there. It's an Allen key style valve. It is your hydrocarbon doser control valve. So that controls the fuel that's getting sprayed into your after treatment system in order to heat it up for regen. So if this is causing the fuel to either be low or not be going into the after treatment system at all, well, it's not going to do a good regen because it's not going to be getting hot enough. And that's what was happening, that this after treatment system wasn't getting enough fuel, and so it wasn't getting hot enough. So I pulled this valve. Here's the old one. It's a 6mm hex head or Allen key bolt, and I took this valve off, and I want to show you how you could tell if it's good or bad. There's a new one. There's the old one. If you blow into the end of this valve right here from this side, and you feel air coming through these holes, that means it's open, it's stuck open, it's bad. When I blow into this new one, no air comes through these holes. So that's showing me it's good. So if you have 3480 FMI1, I think this is a common issue, that this little valve on the back of this flange is bad. So pull that out, blow through it on this side. If you feel air coming through, that means it's stuck open, and you need to replace this hydrocarbon fuel pressure valve, control valve. All right, I have a log file opened here on this truck. I just did that hydrocarbon doser control valve on. And I just wanted to show you what to look for if you wanted to check the fuel pressures and to see if this could possibly be a problem. And what I noticed the last time, this is the good regen that I'm doing now, but on the last regen, what I saw was that the fuel compensation pressure before I replaced that valve was only around 65 psi, and that is not enough to do a good regen. The thing that controls that is that hydrocarbon doser control valve that I just replaced, and also what can affect that is your fuel filters. So I've changed the fuel filters, and that fuel compensation pressure went up a little bit to like 69, and it even started dosing, but it was still giving me would not get up to temperature because it wasn't getting enough fuel. So once I changed that control valve, that went from like 65 to 69 to all the way up to 85. And you'll know that your 7th injector is dosing by this graph right here, this fuel doser injection status. That'll turn on when these get up to a certain temperature. According to like the specs, it's like 500 and something degrees, but obviously these are all almost to 800 degrees and it's still not on. But if I fast forward in this a little bit, let me see if I can get to the right point in this log file. Nope, that's too far. Here we go. There's temperatures are looking a little bit better. Let me go back just a little bit more. There it is right there. You see how the doser injection is at 12% now, and the temperatures are all way up, because that's what heats these temperatures up to the 1,000 degree and over point, is this 7th injector starting to eject fuel into the after treatment system. So if that's not doing that, those are not going to get up to temperature, you're going to have high soot load and other fault codes pertaining to that. So your fuel compensation pressure needs to be at the appropriate level.